In 1971, and after the war between Vietnam and the US has reached its 16th year, almost 20% of US soldiers were heroin addicted. And the reason because in Vietnam it was easy to access heroin and drugs, and their friends are also taking drugs and they are away from their family. After the war have ended, the US soldiers have come back to the US, and when they came to the US, almost 8 of 10 soldiers quitted drugs, even though studies shows that it's impossible to quit heroin, and the soldiers shows the opposite. So what happened here? Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sahil Muhammad, and in this channel I read book and explain it to you in a simple way. If you like this type of content, please consider liking to the video and subscribing to the channel. You see, because it was in Vietnam, it was easy to access heroin, and their friends encouraged them to take heroin, and it was easy to access. They were taking it, and it was easy to take, and that's why they were addicted. And when they came back to the US, it was hard to access heroin, and also it was hard to find friends who take drugs so they can take drugs, and also they were with their family, so it was hard for them to take drugs in that environment. And that's exactly what James Clear meant by environment is the invisible hand behind human behavior. And that's absolutely true. A lot of people think about people with bad habits, they are struggling with discipline and self-control. Well, self-control and discipline does not play a big role, but what play a big role is the environment. People who struggle with obesity, their environment are more likely to encourage them to eat junk food, and their friends also taking junk food and eating junk food together, and their family eating junk food, and their environment encourage them to eat junk food. So it's hard to use discipline in this environment. And this is absolutely true. If there is a cookie with chocolate in my room on my table, and every time I walk in my room I look at the cookie, it's hard for me to resist it. And trust me, I'm gonna start eating the cookie. Why? Because I see it every single day. And cookies, I like cookies, but they can make me obese. So before I tell you the secret to change bad habits and the secret to self-control, people who are smoking, it's hard for them to quit smoking because their environment encourages them. Seeing their friends smoking, driving, being lonely, feeling anxious, all this struggles them to start smoking more and more. And when they try to quit smoking, their friend offer them a cigarette. They feel the urge to smoke. And when this happens, it's harder for them to quit and use discipline. But the most important thing in changing bad habits is changing the environment. And this can help you a lot to control yourself. So if somebody struggle with smoking, cutting out their friends and removing all the smoking devices from their house, and shopping in other store that doesn't offer tobacco, this can help them a lot to break that bad habit. The same thing with obesity people. If they are struggling with obesity, resisting junk food while your fridge is filled up with junk food, it's hard. So changing the environment is crucial. And in this generation, I see there is a lot of people, and a lot of young people are struggling with scrolling. If you are struggling with scrolling, here's my honest advice for you. Block all the apps that offer you short videos. Block YouTube videos, block Reels videos, block Facebook Reels, and block every content that you think is taking your time and wasting it. And the way to do that, you can download apps such as the app that I'm using personally. I use Android, but I don't think it's gonna be available for Apple. But the app that I'm using personally, it's called Blocker Hero. This app that's called Blocker Hero saved me a lot of time. Why? Because I finally feel like I'm free. I can now focus, I can now study, I can exercise. Because before I was addicted to short videos. I used to spend 8 to 7 hours a day on my phone just scrolling. And that's crazy. When I use the app to block the short videos, it helped me a lot to focus, and also I felt I have more self-control. And same thing you can do with other bad habits, with smoking As I mentioned, you can remove all the smoking devices and cut out all the people who encourage you to smoke. And with people who are struggling with obesity food, don't depend on your willpower. Instead, depend on removing all the junk food from your house and cut off friends that encourage you to eat junk food, and find some friends that in the gym that help you like to make healthier choices and who are gonna make your life better. So yeah, that's absolutely true. And there is a lady who her name is Patty All. She's from Austin, Texas. She's a therapist. She used to hop in the horse and she started lighting up a cigarette and smoking. She did that for a very long time. Eventually, she quit smoking and also she quit riding the horse. After that, in a while, she hopped in the horse and she found herself craving a cigarette. So her environment encouraged her to start lighting a cigarette because she used to do it for a long time. And the thing that helped her to quit smoking is when she quit hopping on the horse and she also quit smoking. And that's helped her a lot to quit it for decades. Same thing with your life. You can do the same thing. Take any habits that you have and you think it's hard to resist, remove it from its root. And this is absolutely what I did. And what I did in my own life, I used to be 180 pounds, and I removed all the junk from my home, and I replaced it with salad, tuna, and I start like hanging out with people, and I quit actually hanging out with people who eat junk food, and I seem like very like not often, but that helped me a lot to focus on my goal, which is losing my weight and I'm building muscle. And now I build muscles and I lost over 50 pounds. So when you think about it in the way where you use willpower to resist bad habits and try to like resist them each time they come to you, it's less likely to work because it's hard, and our willpower, it's not strong enough to avoid bad habits. And avoid habits, especially bad habits, have been like they sneak out and we've been doing them for years, so it's hard to just resist them. If we could resist them, we could have quit them in the first place, right? But changing the environment and making bad habits invisible and good habits visible can help you a lot in the long term to achieve your goals and also remove bad habits. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I appreciate you for listening. Make sure you send this video to somebody who you think is gonna benefit from it, and you might help him to avoid bad habits and create a better habits. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.